told that there is, a place like this that speaks about intellectualism. It's a place that brain is being stormed, philosophically, intellectually, anything. I said, well, since I'm around, maybe I'm going to have to come because I love, logic. I love intellectualism. I love anything that is philosophical. And so here am I. I'm just a humble servant of God. You too, the same thing. And I'm here. So what I'm going to be talking about is just something that you know already. Because knowledge is key to anything. Nothing can come to fruition without establishing the in-depth meaning of knowledge and how to process it. So knowledge is the very first key to everything. Without knowledge, there's going to be no intellectualism. There is a man, I know very well that you know him by the name Socrates. Socrates is one of the best think tankers of the medieval era. And in one of his students by the name Pluto wrote a book that is called The Dialogue. In the Dialogue, once you read that book, you get mesmerized by, the capacity of what the brain can do. So one of the things that Socrates asked is that when he see anybody on the way, he said, "Good morning, sir. Why?" He just ask you why. Then you say, "What do you mean why?" Why do you say, "What do you mean why?" when I ask you why? Well, because you asked me why. You don't know me, I don't know you. So you see, you struck a dialogue with him right there. So within that question comes a series of questions, and eventually they were the first to establish democracy. It came from a man by the name Democrat. He's a Greek person. He lived in Athens, and his brain is always storming. So he was the first to set up what we call democratic system. He was the first to bring what we call senators. He's the first to bring what we call interaction, according to what we read from the books of antiquity written by the Greeks. So what I'm fascinated with is what the brain can produce. The brain have over 200,000 layers of thinking process that have not been tapped yet. The brain, the electromagnetic field that connects with the psychic of the brain is so powerful that we need to tap it. And the only way to tap it is to debate, is to argue, is to refuse to believe until I'm given a convincing proof. And that is intellectualism. Me, I don't accept anything like that. You told me, fine. I'm going to use my God-given bodily sense and mental powers to process it until I come to conclusion that this makes a lot of sense. It is logical. It can be followed. So without taking too much of your time, I'm not prepared really, but I'm just saying this to give you more strength to continue in whatever you're doing. And I know a lot of people here, some come to listen to the good vibes that come from the big mind. Some come to contribute, and some come to argue for the sake of argument. Some come to argue to find the way forward. Anyone that you choose makes a lot of sense, because after all, at the very beginning, where there is no beginning, it's all about argument. Argument started with Adam and Eve. God said, "Don't eat this." He ate it, and that's the consequence. So you can see, you can create a lecture on what happened in the Garden of Eden. So, like I said, I'm so tired. I just eat, and if I eat too much, I don't speak too much. I just wait for a few hours so I could speak. Today, I'm going to be speaking at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be speaking on the force of gravity, why the universe came into being. I'm going to be speaking on the quasars and quantum and the primordial matters that have occupied the universe. I'm going to be speaking on where we come from. Why are we here? What is the reason why we're here? Because we understand from Albert Einstein in his last memoir, Summa Mathematica. It's a book written in Latin. When he was asked, "Why do you believe that God exists?" You know what he said? He said, "Because I look at the heaven and I know what is happening in the heaven. We have over 300 billion galaxies. Each one of them is maybe 200 billion times bigger than the earth. And each and every one of them is moving at the speed of light, which is 186.3 thousand miles. They move swiftly. Never do they crash. And he said there is no intelligence on the face of the earth that can make this thing not to crash, despite the fact that they go to speed. So, for that simple reason, I believe that whosoever create the universe and the material universe that we can see, that they move at the speed of light in astronomy, is a great mathematician. He said the creator is a great mathematician because everything fits in like a jigsaw puzzle. Everything fits in like a glove. So therefore, young man, I definitely am happy with you, and keep on thinking, keep on rationalizing, and whatever think you think and the debate you debate and argue you argue, it should be to find a way out. May God be with you. May the Lord be with you. And I'm hoping and praying that you have the zeal to continue in your way of life. Like I said, I'm not prepared yet. So I'm going to leave you at that. Thank you so very much for having me. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. Our